What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mode video. So I have finally unlocked diamond camo for the Kilo 141. So I really thought that this was going to be something that would take me a long time, specifically because I've been kind of like, stressed out with school and everything. If you have taken research methods for criminal justice or like any other topic or subject in your degree, I think you guys would kind of understand how stressful that class is. But yeah, I've just kind of been just relaxing, just trying to catch a breath. But I decided, why not? Just, let's finish the Kilo 141 because it's better now than never. So after 150 games and just, watching like a few movies back and forth, I think I saw like a few Harry Potter movies. I think I made it all the way to the Goblet of Fire before I finished this whole grind. So pretty much I was in shipment the whole time. I don't really think I have to explain to you why I was there, because at that point you should already know that, shipment is the #1 diamond grinding spot, especially for free-for-all. So, I'm not really that satisfied that I got diamond this time around, especially for this weapon, because it just doesn't really look that good, and that's really only if you use the mythic skin. I think all the mythic skins with diamond camo look pretty amazing, but this one, I don't know, I just don't like it. The problem is that, some of the mythics do have some flat areas on its structure, but, this one just has too many rigid spots, so they had to put like a lot of diamond studs, more than actually gold, or, sometimes they balance it out pretty well between the diamond studs and the gold, but this one, it's just, it looks like someone glued like 100+ Tic Tacs on my gun. I don't know, I just don't really see a lot of appeal with having diamond camo on this skin in particular. But of course with the base weapon it does look pretty cool, but here no. I think the best completionist camo is probably platinum. I think if they were to just add some gold onto, I guess, the skull or that little demon part on the back of the iron sight, I think it would look a lot better, but for the most part I just can't get around it. But of course, I'm here to talk about my final opinions on the gun. So, in terms of I think the only problem I have is probably just the recoil. It's a little bit high, specifically if you want to make a speed type class. But for the most part, if you set it up right, it's not really going to be that hard to control. So, it's a minor complaint at that. I think one of the biggest complaints, I think it's the headshot damage. I think it's a little bit too high because I think only if you shoot once or I think twice in the head, like you're able to get a 3-shot with the next following hit, and it just doesn't really seem fair for a lot of weapons that have the same fire rate. If anything, it's kind of time to buff all the older weapons and make them, up to speed with this. I feel like I know it doesn't really have the same fire rate as, the Morningstar, sorry, the M13, but still, it's still very, very high in damage, very unnecessarily high. Well, I did come across a lot of people during that diamond grind, in shipment, and there was a lot of people that actually had the mythic skin, which actually surprised me because, it kind of amazed me how many people were actually interested in buying this skin, and I could see why. The red dot sight makes it pretty accurate, so I can't really blame them for buying it. But the point is that I've lost a lot of gunfights to them because of its headshot damage. I think they just shoot you once in the head, you're pretty much done. I had similar issues with the MX9 back in Season 6 when that first got released because, the headshot damage was like 40. So yeah, well, then again, it's not as bad as it was before because, the MX9 obviously has a much higher fire rate and it had a lot more range back then. But, I kind of don't want history to repeat itself. You could have had it to like maybe 34 or something like that. But, 46 is kind of overkill. Of course, if the Kilo had like large caliber rounds, I would understand, but it doesn't. That's the problem. The HVK 30 had, well, you needed large caliber to have a good headshot damage, like up to like 40. Well, 50 if you're like hugging the person. But, the problem with the balancing nowadays is the fact that there are weapons now that don't even need large caliber in order for it to have really high headshot damage, especially for the M13 and the Kilo 141 and the MX9. And as a result of these design choices, all the other weapons like the ICR, the M4, the HVK, the DRH even, just becomes extremely pointless because you have weapons like these that have devastating damages to the body or even the head. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you guys could just disagree with me on the comment section. Well, you could let me know your reasoning for that, but Yeah, for the most part, I mean, the Kilo is still a pretty solid gun for the most part. I think it would still lose to the M13 and just pretty much anything that doesn't have a high, or that just has a very, very high fire rate, like the Type 25. Yeah, that's the problem still. I mean, yeah, like, yes, this weapon has high damage, but, like, you're gonna get mowed down by those weapons still, before you can even aim down the gun, so, I mean... Maybe it's a good thing that this weapon is pretty strong when it comes to headshot damage, but I mean, keep in mind, then again, it also relies on the skill of the player. I mean, you know, not every player has, like, you know, cat-like reflexes. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's situational in some moments. Okay, for the class setup that I have for you guys, this is my finalized one. It's OWC Marksman, no stock, OWC Laser Tactical, large extended mag B, as well as rubberized grip tape. So the idea behind the class setup is just basically just maintaining range and stability while just also maintaining speed. I think that's probably the best thing that you can do. Also, do not use the 100 round mag. I tried it in a few matches. Oh my god, it was a nightmare. It's just way too slow, especially if you're gonna make it into an LMG. I think it's even slower than that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD mode content. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.